forgot to do battle with this while I had everything disassembled. Trying to find what ended up being useless nut breaker in this mess on the ground of different things I used. So tried that grinder, got most of the nut and stud off. Then that didn't. Oh, here's the nut breaker. It wouldn't even. It's supposed to. I don't know. It didn't work. I don't know if it's what was too small or what. So then I ended up using the big cutoff wheel and just cutting this link in half. So right here is where I broke off the lateral link, and I now have my earplugs in, and I've got this grinding wheel, and I'm going to attempt to grind this off without grinding into the sway bar. So wish me luck. Alright, well, I'm going to try a different approach. I was afraid that this was not going to be very cooperative this way. So we'll try to drill it out instead. So I'm going to get my drill, my set of drill bits, punch, and let's see if we can find the middle and drill on through. So the trick is finding the middle. All I can do is eyeball it. That's fairly close. It's WD-40 for lubrication. Now we don't have to drill all the way through, just enough to be able to take the head off of what was left of the flanged bolt. So I'm going to move up a couple of screw sizes. Drill right through. Alright, thank you Lord for that. Now I get to move to the other side and do the same thing. But in this case, I think I'm going to take more care in how I grind the head off so that I don't have to struggle as much with finding. I need to go get a key so I can rotate the steering wheel. Yeah. That may be enough. Alrighty, I'll do that because I really can't set the camera up very well for that shot. So you saw what I'm going through. I'll just continue that. So what I've done here, where I'm pointing, is I have drilled down through the hex with increasing diameters until I broke out and I couldn't get a straight shot on it, so that's why. So now I'm going to take the sledgehammer and a chisel, sledgehammer and a chisel, and try to shear it off with eye protection on. Success. Not in how I expected it, but success nonetheless. I was able to grip the back of this Lynx bolt with the vice grips and actually break this through. I think the fact that I did drill it out first kind of broke things up, the rust-seized bond that was there. So now I can install the new link and then move to the ball joint under here, and I will have the passenger side redone. That's a new tie rod end, by the way. So the other night when I was down here messing with this, I discovered that the lateral link I bought, sadly, was for the rear and not the front. That's what the front looks like. It has Moog grease fittings on it. There is grease in there. While the thing is out and loose, I will install the Zerk fittings. Maybe the thing to do is undo the other side so that this will rotate freely and we'll just install them both at the same time. Alright, what a great idea. I've drilled out the other side of this lateral link. What I'm doing is just, rather than grinding off the head, I'm just drilling straight down from the bottom of the hex here. And we'll just see how that goes. So I'm not going in directly in line because this part of the transmission is in the way. So I'm going in an angle. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab the back of this with a pair of vice grips and see if I can get lucky and have the thing twist off in its weakened, reduced state. So I've got a 6-point instead of a 12-point on here. I'm sure that the nut is already somewhat rounded off, but this will give me a better bite on it. Alright, looks like we have broken the rust seizing with the drilling, weakening the wall, so the nut is actually turning. Okay, so lateral link is off. I'm gonna get the other lateral link, one for this side, and I'll also blow all the chips away, vacuum them up. And then after I lubricate the other lateral link, I'll bring you back for the installation into this position. Okay, let's see if we can get this together. Well, isn't that just lovely and annoying? There we go. Alright, so before I tighten it down, I'm going to go to the other side and install that one. Hopefully it's not as much of a pain.